Charlene,
Doug,
and
Desiree.
Sasha.
What is one thing that most people carry on with them everywhere they go? They take it on vacation to capture memories and to capture moments and preserve memories for life. This item is a camera. There are many different forms of cameras that people can carry. They can have professional cameras like Nikon or Kodak, or they can just use their phone. Whatever camera you decide to use, almost everyone wants to take pictures in order to show off to everybody else. Here's another question. Do you ever take a picture and it just doesn't turn out quite how you want? Today I'm going to show you how to recognize a good opportunity for a photo, how different lighting and different angles affect your photos, and how and where to get your photos processed. First, recognizing an opportunity to take a photo is one of the most important parts of taking a picture. Many different photographers have different eyes for different subjects. Some photographers prefer to take pictures of nature scenes, and some photographers prefer to take pictures of people or portraits. The first step to becoming a good photographer is to just play around and take different pictures of everything. You can go to a park and just take pictures of people walking around, or you can take pictures of the animals and the nature, whatever you want. It helps you to get familiar with what camera you're using, so that when you're ready to start taking more professional looking photos, you know what you're working with. When you're getting ready to go out and take your first shot, you need a few materials. First, you need a camera. Any camera will work depending on how professional you want your photos to look. I personally use my phone because it's easiest to carry around, and I use the pictures off of my phone to put in the county fair, for example, and they've actually done pretty well, so a phone works great. The second item you need, depending on what camera you use, is a memory card. For a phone, you most likely don't need a memory card to store your photos on, but if you're using a more professional camera, you need a memory card or an SD card to put in your camera to store your photos on. The final thing you need for taking pictures is a subject. This is the most important part, aside from the camera, for taking pictures. You want to make sure that your subject relates to you so that your pictures will reflect your personality, which is an important trait in many photographers. You don't want your photos to be generic and look like everybody else's photos. For example, when I go to the county fair, there's pictures of wheat fields everywhere. So my goal when I'm taking pictures is for my photos to stand out and catch people's eye when they're walking by. So now that you have all your equipment, you know how to capture great moments in photos. First of all, when you're first beginning to take the aim of your photo with your camera, there are a few factors you want to take into mind. One of the most important factors is lighting. When you're taking a photo, you don't want the lighting to be directly behind your subject, or your photo will be black like this one, and your object won't be visible. And another example is if your light is directly in front of your subject, the photo will be washed out, like this one is. The light is overtaking the picture, and you can't see what your subject is. Another factor is the camera angle. This can be a big deal, especially when you're taking pictures of people. If you want to be at a 90-degree angle from your subject. Your camera wants to be at a 90-degree angle. So if it's like down or up more, then your subject is going to look a little bit disoriented, like that, and that doesn't turn out for a very professional looking photo. For any picture, even nature pictures, you want to make sure that you check your angle and make sure that it doesn't look disoriented in any way. So once you get a great photo, how and where should you process these photos? Most professional looking photos do not come from Walmart or places like that, unfortunately, even though that's the cheapest option. Even though that more professional places cost extra money, it's definitely worth it when you want to process more professional looking photos. For example, for the county fair, I process my photos at Douglas Photographic Imaging. They have many different options for you for how you can process your photos and how you want them edited, and it's just a great way to process your photos to make them look more professional. So now I have shown you how to recognize photo opportunities, how to use the lighting and angles to your advantage for your photos, and how and where to process your photos. Whether you want to take pictures of people or nature, now you have the tips to get the perfect shot. Now that you know, go out there and take some pictures.